All right,
All right, let's try this
again,
again,
people.
people.
Not
Not
exactly
exactly
why
why
my
my
internet
internet
was
was
so
so
trash.
trash.
I think
I
it
think
has
it has
a
a
lot
lot
to
to
do
do
with
with
the
the
snow.
snow.
Yeah,
Yeah, the snow is messing up my signal.
For sure.
For sure.
And what's
And what's
crazy
crazy
is
is
like,
I
I
actually have a whole
Ethernet cable
going
to
to
my
my
Wi-Fi, my
Wi-Fi
router,
but
but it's
it's
looking
looking
pretty
pretty
trash
trash
right
right
now.
now.
If I do
If I
say
do
so
say so
myself,
myself,
I
I
may
may
end
end
up
up
streaming
streaming
from
from
my
my
hotspot
hotspot
for
for my
my
phone
phone
if I have to.
But it's
But it's
looking like
looking
it's
like it's
probably
probably
pretty
pretty
crappy.
crappy.
Let me
Let
check.
me check.
Because
Because
I'll
I'll
restart it.
restart
I'll
it. I'll
reboot the
reboot the
stream
stream
again.
again.
Dang.
Dang.
Let me just see. I'm
I'm
trying to
trying to
watch the stream myself too.
too. Because I want to make sure, I don't like to get started
if the
if the stream
is
is
super
super
choppy
like that.
Hold up. Yeah,
Yeah,
look.
look.
Super delayed.
It looks super choppy.
Oh, it's a lot of reverb. All right, I fixed it. What about now? Is it choppy? I know you on a treadmill right now, Angel. Is it? It's a crazy delay too. Like I'm watching how long the delay is. It's almost like a full 15, 20-second delay. But do it look choppy though? It's like a pretty bad signal. I'm looking at the signal. It's usually in the green. Right now it's just staying in red the whole time. I'm watching how long the delay is. It's almost like a full 15, 20-second delay. It's looking pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want y'all to watch a bad stream. I don't want y'all back. If I have to, I can switch back to the other way. I had to rerun this one back. I really want to have this conversation because this isn't just like a stream, just a stream. I'm low key actually wondering this question that I asked about the whole marriage question. I'm like, is marriage actually still like worth it in nowadays? You know, I wonder if other people feel the same way. I live in the DMV, Rosslyn, Arlington area. I come across beautiful career women who are all single, and I've come to the conclusion at 31 that the union is worth it, just not here in the U.S. Oh, I had a feeling it was gonna be something like that. I had a feeling that y'all was gonna start dropping the true bombs. I'm trying to. I don't want it to be that. I mean, I want the idea of marriage to still be a thing that we want in life one day. But realistically, if that just ain't possible, then I get it. Sounds better? Okay. Hey, Corey, I love all the content. I'm a native to Washington myself. Nice. You should join the GroupMe. We have a GroupMe chat. I think I put the link in it. Well, I had it in the original live. This is like the second one I just restarted because my internet looking crazy right now. But you should be able to see the link to the GroupMe chat in the description, and you should join because we've been talking in there pretty regularly. We actually met up at the Wharf at this restaurant called, what was the restaurant we went to? Dang, my brain is everywhere right now. I got a lot going. It's been a long week. We were at Milk and Honey. I couldn't remember. We were at Milk and Honey. So if you want to be able to come to our next little kickback, a little hangout, join the chat. I think what I'm going to do this time, next time we do a meetup, I'm going to have it here in my apartment building because I just think that's going to be like one of the best ways to do it, in my opinion. That way, no one... One, I feel like it was kind of loud in there. I feel like we were yelling at each other across the table to be able to hear each other, but it'll be a lot cooler because there's games like a pool table in there, foosball and stuff like that. We can all have like a game night basically, and at the same time link up. But yeah, I'm just giving everybody a chance to be able to get into the chat. I know how it is with the notifications coming out. Yeah, join it. But I know how it is with the notifications right now. I know everybody has to sit on their phone. Everybody has to get situated because usually the streams be streaming. I'm not sipping what y'all think I'm sipping. This is just tea. I have to keep my like flavor and stuff. Like I'm trying to figure out the best way to say. I gotta stay drinking, so I'm not like my throat ain't dry. Because once you start talking for a while on the stream, you do start to have like that parched stuff situation going on. Okay, let's get into the weeds, right? I made this live. I booted this one up. I sparked this one up because I have been having this on my mind for like, honestly, a couple days now. And it's not just like marriage in general. It's really just kind of been like relationships. Hold on, before I go deeper, I see it's 13 people in the chat. Can y'all see? Tea in a beer glass for flavor. Okay, it is tea, man. I just was running out of like cups, and I'm washing dishes right now. So I was like, oh, let me get this this glass that was given to me by a special person. So I've been drinking out of it. Y'all funny. Oh, and just be prepared for a crazy delay. The delay I'm talking to you guys now, it's live, but I'm looking at my phone down here, so I'm seeing what you guys are seeing. And by the time I say something and I just sit here and look, I see that it's a good like 20 seconds going by. So I apologize ahead of time that we have a whole winter storm going on in DC, and my internet is not like an Ethernet internet. It's one of the internets that use the satellite and all that stuff, like a little cheaper version, okay? Not bad internet, but just a cheaper version. Work with your boy, okay? Greetings, Corey, in the chat. What's up, Egyptian goddess? I'm about to get deep into this whole marriage thing because I really want to know. That's why I made the thumbnail a certain way, because I really want to know, are we still trying to get married in 2025? Is this still a goal that everyone's working towards? Is that even like is that on people's like fourth mind right now? You're using Starlink? And no, I'm using Verizon. I have a Verizon internet. They're just, they have like this hub Wi-Fi box that you could just basically plug in and it gives you Wi-Fi. Like plug in, all it needs is power. It's almost like 5G internet basically, but it's fast. It's just lately, like whenever it's like bad weather, I noticed that the strength of it goes up and down. Brittany, you're still trying to be married? Marriage is not on my radar for 2025. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I almost feel like we've all been sold a dream. Let me just be 100% real. And look, I am not a psychologist. I am not a therapist. I'm just a guy living in DC. I consider myself fairly successful. So, that I don't even think that last thing I just said even matters. I'm just trying to like describe myself, right? But whole point is, I'm just a guy who lives in DC, and I think about the idea of marriage sometimes because I am creating this relationship channel now that is starting to become the most important thing in my life apparently. But I'm trying to figure out, is marriage even on the agenda anymore? Or is it even worth it? Is it like this facade that was like kind of promoted to us? Like, for example, you know how milk from a cow is, when you think about it, that's technically not for us. It's supposed to be for baby cows, not for humans to drink. But we make all kind of stuff out of it and drink it because we've been marketed to for so long. We believe that it's just healthy for you. So to kind of like correlate it, when I think about like marriage, is marriage something that in 2025 we all need as people? Or is it just something that we see in movies all the time and that we grew up because our parents tell us that we should want marriage, and that's the reason why we want marriage? Is that or when you look at it from like the man versus woman perspective, let's say women, I get it. I can get why being married in the ideal way that you imagine getting married makes sense. I do get that. But fellas, I can't. What do you say? I can't get files in your building, huh? No, I can't. I work for the. Oh, I don't know if I can say. I ain't gonna say who I work for. I just work for the government. I work for the government. I almost dropped some information, y'all. Y'all almost caught me slipping. But I work for the government. But for fellas, do y'all envision your life being filled with like just a lifelong list of like chores that you do for someone else that makes them happy, and in return they get to let you call them your husband or their wife. You know what I'm trying to say? You're the husband and they're the wife. I mean, because just getting married because you want to have a sexual life doesn't make sense anymore. I mean, because you can have a sex life without being married. You can have a sex life without being in a relationship nowadays. So if that's the reason why you're trying to get married, that's dead. It's got to be something more, right? What are y'all saying in the chat? All right, remember, it's a super delay as I'm reading these. What career industry in? Okay, I read that. And it's needed, period. It's what God intended for us to do. It is what God intended for us to do because that's what's written in the Bible. But in 2025, is it making sense to do it right now? For me, it's what makes it worth it to be married. I can have a lifelong partner without a piece of paper. I don't know. I do feel like the paper is necessary in order for someone to be a lifelong partner because you need something holding you. You need something to keep somebody from acting a fool with you. You know, like you need something that like, hey, if you do this to me because I trusted you, then I can do this to you because you broke my heart or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, I hate when I make that little thumbnail come up. Kevin Samuels brilliantly explained the concept of marriage and roles each play for it to be worth it. I don't really watch him, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never really got into Kevin Samuels. Just because I just wasn't into watching like relationship stuff, but apparently I'm here now. Like I don't know how I got into this, but I basically got into it. It's not just getting married, you'll have kids too. That is, I think, in my brain as I was growing up, I think that was the main drive in my life of why I wanted to get married when I was younger. I was like, I want to have a family. You know, I want to have kids and stuff like that. And then, of course, I want to have a wife in order to have kids and a family. That's what I was thinking. Once again, I apologize if my internet's trash. I know it's trash. I'm watching it as I go. I see I'm like freezing every couple of seconds. I promise you I'm not freezing in real life. On my end, what I'm recording is very smooth. It's just getting it to you guys is not the best right now because of this freaking snowstorm outside. Plus, I need to raise my kids in a two-parent household, especially raising a black boy. We need to know how that can go. I'm really here to get y'all's opinion. I'm not really trying to exert my opinion. I really just want you guys to give me tips today. Is that weird? I'm really leaning on my people because it's just some thoughts I've been having. I'm thinking about, you know, the meaning of life, and I guess you could say, and when you think about the long-term goals of what a successful life looks like, financially, I'm not thinking about finances anymore. Like that was like my main hiccup the past couple years. Got it good now, right? Working on that still. But it's pretty much where I wanted to be. Now it's like, all right, well, am I supposed to be dating? Am I supposed to be looking? And if I want to be dating, I don't want to just be dating for no reason, right? Like I'm supposed to be dating to find someone. What do you guys think? Is what I'm saying. Is marriage still a thing that people should actually go after? Or should you just find someone you like and just spend time with them and not label it as marriage or whatever? A lot of those buildings have exclusive contracts with Dumbcast. Marriage makes sense under the covering of children for stability. Okay. So if you plan on having kids, basically, it makes sense to have a marriage to cover the kids. I can see that. I can see that. But now, the question now is, how do you choose a person to have kids with? That's the real question, because there's a lot of people out here having kids, and there's also a lot of people out here regretting the kids that they made with the person they made it with. I mean, the tax break isn't so bad either. That's funny. Yeah, but is it really a tax break? Because, I mean, you still spending your money. You're gonna spend that money regardless on them kids. What tips do you want? I'm just really, tips, but also just mostly y'all's opinion. I don't want to be like, I think a man and a woman should do this or not do this. I don't want to be like one of those YouTubers. I really just want to see I'm trying to test the temperature in the atmosphere and see what's going on in the world. Like, is this still a thing? And now that it's 2025, we've all made it to another year. You know, we're blessed to all can say that we're still breathing. And we've all been seeing how a lot of like public relationships are playing out. We also know about personal relationships in our lives from friends and stuff who are married and how that's playing out. And now that we've been seeing so many things happen for so many years, and now that it's 2025, should we like cancel marriage? Dang, I didn't even think about saying it like that. That's how I should have titled it that. I should have said, should we cancel marriage? That's crazy. Marriage is worth it if you find the right person for you. I want to believe that. You know what I'm saying? I think this is my last little bit of hope trying to hold on to it. The label comes way better. I think people are too quick to get married or get married for the wrong reasons. Facts. Your question isn't new though. People have been asking this question for quite some time now. It's worth it if you find someone who wants to be a wife and not some type of fairy tale false reality. But bruh, how many women are not trying to, like, women want this false reality. Like, they want the fairy tale. They've been watching the movies and stuff. They want the fairy tale. You know, sweep them off the feet, take care of them. They never have to worry about a thing anymore. All they do is just take care of the house. And you take care of all the bills. That's what the original or traditional thing has always been. But in successful relationships that I've seen where both people on both sides of the fence seem to be happy, the man and the woman, not just the woman, it seems like that kind of starts to be more like in the modern relationships where like both people in a relationship both equally take care of the kids and they both equally have their own careers. I feel like I've seen those relationships do great, but it's a lot of people knocking down the idea of the modern day relationship. People hate the idea of a modern day relationship. I ain't gonna say people. Women hate the idea of a modern day relationship. Vet them carefully. If your mom is in your life, she will let you know if the woman is worth it. Trust me. She definitely will. You're right. I mean, if I'm dating her for long enough, I'm eventually going to evaluate her for marriage. Okay. Do you really want to be single or is it insecurities? Nah, it's not any insecurities. I love being single. That's my problem right now. The real problem is I have so much fun being single. Hold on, let me finish this off. I think my problem is I'm having so much fun and I'm so happy being single that I don't feel like I'm going to be able to settle down because I keep seeing the things that I think I probably would have overlooked about a year ago or 2 years ago. The things that I probably would have overlooked in a relationship, it makes it so hard for me to overlook it now because I'm like, I was like, I got my stuff together. Like, if I'm gonna be with somebody, they gotta have their stuff together too. I ain't trying to like find somebody who's gonna just be dating me because they need help in life. That's not what I want. And it seems like a lot of people are dating for help. Very true about the mom. I value mom's opinion on my partner. Yeah. The other problem is the divorce rate is so high. That's crazy. Man, I got some stats. Y'all know I be like trying to fact check stuff. I got a whole nother screen ready to go to show y'all some stats. I just wanted to go over first what y'all's opinion was before I start showing y'all what I've been looking up. What do you mean by a modern day relationship? Are you talking about 50-50? I don't think there's a such thing as 50-50. Like how can you literally just split down the middle your entire life and be like, you're going to be responsible for this half and I'm going to be responsible for that half? I don't think that's legit or possible. I just think it's dope. The way I look at it is 100-100. Like, I've been working on myself. I've been taking care of me and all the things in my life, in my world. You know what I'm saying? My lights is on, my internet, it might be trash, but it's working. You know, I got my own apartment downtown. I be eating, I'm straight, right? So I'm taking care of me, and I would like to meet someone who's taking care of themselves the same way, so that when we meet each other and we hang out and we decide to be dating, it's not like I'm doing all this and then this person is still staying with like their sister or their mom or whatever, and they don't even have a job yet, but what they do got is a big old booty and whatever. And I'm just supposed to, you know, like just decide I want to be with that person. I don't want that. Single is nice, but eventually you're going to want to have your own family, especially as you get older. Correct. I'm getting older. I do want my own family. Now, I do have 5 nephews. And I know my sister can't take care of all them 5 nephews. Well, she can't handle them. I ain't gonna say can't take care of them, but she can't handle them. So I may just adopt like 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? Be like, hey, y'all just come over here. Because I need some little kids running around or something like that so I can mold y'all or something. I don't know. I can just adopt them as my own sons or something like that. But I do, you know, of course, everybody wants their own kids eventually. They want their own family eventually. And that's another thing. That's also what makes it hard for a guy like me. You know, I'm 35. I don't have kids, right? I think that right there puts me in a certain bracket, right? So when I envision dating, of course, if I am starting to like somebody, I start to think, okay, well, what does this look like if I'm going further down the line with them? Like, do they have kids too? If they have their own kids, like, how can I start a family with somebody who already started a family? So, you know, I think I don't want to like just be mean and be like, I'm just counting out all mothers who or women, single women who got kids, but in real life, I am basically counting out all mothers who got single kids, because I've already tried to date a woman with kids before when I was younger, and it was a bad idea. Uh-oh. It's looking like my stream acting crazy again. Yeah, I'm sorry. It says I got a warning from YouTube that the stream ain't strong enough. I'm trying to get it together. This snow is not my friend. This is another reason why I don't like the snow. I know it's freezing. Can y'all at least still hear me though? Even if I'm frozen, can you hear me? I think I'm back a little bit. What are y'all saying in the comments? I like 50-50 relationship, but there is really no such thing. One will always seem to do more than the other. Facts. But 50-50 is more than just money. DC has a lot well to do with women. Bro, you don't have to settle for non-motivated women. Yes, 100-100. BKME, he means help by the man, contributes fully financially. She's a housewife. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not really a fan of having a housewife. I think mainly because I feel like I already did it. Let me just put it that way. It's been over 10 years now. It's been over 10 years. But at once upon a time, I was married. I got married really young because I was in the military. You know, a lot of soldiers in the military get married young. I got married young, didn't work out, and I was divorced by the time I was 23. Once again, I'm 35 now. So, but in that situation, you know, I was doing the classic, just God taking care of all the bills. She sat at the house. She didn't have a job or anything. She didn't have to worry about anything. She just basically played video games and cooked random food that she found on Instagram and stuff like that. But she was so bored. She was so bored. She really had that type of personality where she had her own goals and dreams, and she basically put her whole life on pause for me. You know, and I really try to understand that, but I try to, you know, compensate by being like, oh, well, hold on, wait. You and me both divorced by 23. Yeah. I think what it was is I tried to find, I had a modern woman and I was trying to treat her like she was a traditional woman. I think, honestly, that's what ended up happening to my life or to my marriage when I was super young. I would never want to be a stay-at-home wife. I would have to work. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I totally understand it. I think it is impressive when you see two people who are out there getting the bag and they bringing the bag home. It's like, you know, what if by daytime, I'm over here robbing this bank and then you're robbing that bank. And then when we come back, we can just both just like pile the money up on the table together. You know, isn't that more impressive than me just coming home by myself and you just been sitting around like waiting for me? That's a boring life. I don't understand why women want to sit at home all day. I don't get it. I feel like I almost feel like that's a form of torture, really. You're just gonna sit here, like you're not allowed to go do anything. You only can buy things unless I give you my card and give you permission to spend my money. Like, that's crazy. Am I tripping? Let me know. I know that, once again, I know the internet trash. I know it is. I got the little router in the window. I'm trying to get the best signal I can get. Did you tell your ex-wife she didn't have to work? Did y'all agree to it? That is what I did tell her that. She didn't have to work. It was, I was proud to be able to say it. At that time in my life, because I was raised that that's what a man is supposed to do. I didn't have my father there. So, of course, I'm being told that by a woman, my mom. I'm told that, you know, as a man, you grow up, you provide, support, you protect, all that stuff. And so when I finally was in a position to be able to do it, or I thought I was in a position to do it, first thing I was, you know, doing was like, you don't have to worry about anything. Just, you know, we're gonna get married. I'm gonna get stationed in this new place, and we can start a whole new life together. You don't have to worry about anything. You could just be a wife and be beautiful, whatever. You know, I was that guy, and I'm telling you, I did it. And all it took was about a year before she went crazy. Really, it took about 4 or 5 months before she was going crazy and trying to she was just going to the mall every day just to have something to do. We were in a like country town that really didn't have anything there. Like the closest, well, we had a mall, but like the closest like entertainment spot or city was like Raleigh, which was like an hour away. We were in North Carolina. And yeah, it was hard for her to, because she didn't have she wasn't making friends. I was in the military, so I was making friends every day. I didn't realize how isolated she was because she was just at the house, and I would try to bring her around my friends to meet their wives, but she just didn't get along with other soldiers' wives. She couldn't agree. I mean, she couldn't, what's the word? Get along with them, I guess. What y'all saying? I would never want to be a stay-at-home wife. Yep. I can't do the stay-at-home housewife either. It wasn't for me. I'm saying, did you tell you? Yeah, okay, so I read these already. I would say this. I would prefer a relationship that is so stable it's boring, because then we can get together and do other things because we get along so well. Like we can be community leaders in our neighborhood or something like that. That's cool. If that's what you want to do, I mean, it makes sense. Maybe like help the community, like with troubled youth and stuff like that, or maybe help other adults, young adults, find their way, like that type of stuff. Did you all want children? I did. I think she did too, but she felt like she hadn't accomplished anything in her life yet, you know? And I totally understood that, because she was in the middle of college to go to become a nurse. It was her dream to always become a nurse. And I kind of caught her right halfway through it. She was like year 2, getting ready to graduate in 2 years. And I just go to the military out of nowhere in the middle of our relationship. And she felt like she was loyal. So she put her education on hold to go be a wife with me. And, you know, to not worry about bills and stuff. And long story short, she wanted to go back to school. She wanted to have her own stuff going, which I totally respected, but she just felt like she couldn't do that with me. So as time went on, things went left. We start bickering about little things. Next thing I know, she left when I was out training, and when I came home, she wasn't there anymore, and I never saw her again. Long story short, like, not trying to be boohoo sad or anything like that, but that's just the story. Salute to the housewives on my end. I'm with a working woman. Both my parents worked. My pops took care of big financial stuff, though even after divorce made sure she wasn't overwhelmed with me. I respect your dad. But I think that's kind of like every guy's like worst case scenario. Like, that's another main reason guys ain't really trying to get married, because it's like, yeah, things can be fun at first, but it's like that invisible monster in the back of your mind, or this is in the closet waiting for you, and you know inevitably it's just a straight gamble if it's going to pop out or not, because most of the time men aren't the ones that initiate divorce in the first place. It's the women doing it. You know, so that's why it's so hard. How long were y'all married for? We were only married a year. My mom and dad both worked. My mom cooked, dad handled the home maintenance and finances, and the children did the cleaning. Harvard study shows kids who do chores do better in life. Absolutely, because it's delayed gratification. You get to learn that from doing chores and stuff like that. Would you have been good for your wife to have a business? Then she could have earned money, and now that would have been phenomenal. That could have been phenomenal, but, you know, being an entrepreneur wasn't even really like a word like that yet. That wasn't even like a popular thing to do yet. I mean, we're talking like 2011, 2012, when Instagram hadn't even been invented yet. The only thing that was around was MySpace and YouTube, and a bunch of weird little social sites that hadn't really taken over. And Facebook, I think, was trying to start up, but no one really cared too much about Facebook. Okay, you know that feeling when you really help someone and it didn't take much from you? Yeah, I love helping people. I definitely do. Why would wife up someone who got no motion? She had motion when I met her. Her motion was she was in college. But the problem is, I kind of put a rift in our relationship, because we were like high school sweethearts, basically. So I put out a rift in our relationship. We had been going strong for about 3 years, and I decided I wanted to go to the military. Because I was just ready to be able to take care of her. And I didn't think that the career that I was going for, I was in school for entertainment, I was in school for engineering, computer engineering. So it was a lot. I knew it was going to be a long path down the road where I graduate and then go find a job, if I even find a job with that degree. And I knew she also had a lot of medical issues. And I wanted to be able to give her the gift that my mom gave me, which was not ever having to worry about medical bills, because she was a soldier. And I knew that if she was married to me while I was a soldier, it would be a lot easier for her to go get seen when she was going through her medical issues, because she had a pretty serious issue that used to rip me apart inside whenever I would see her going through it. So that really kind of drove me to be like, I got to do something about this. Because it was like, I want to protect her, but how do I protect her from herself? I can't. Have you talked to her since she's left? No. Well, in that first couple months, yeah, I called her multiple times. That's how I found out she had left. You know, at first I thought something happened to her. So I was getting ready to call the cops and be like, man, like, I need to report a missing person. But when I called her parents, they told me that she had came back home, and I was just in shock, and I'm like, what? You know, so we went through the whole me trying to get her back phase, but that lasted for about 3 or 4 months, but before I just kind of gave up on that. And basically just waited for the divorce papers to come. And they came. But anyway, whole point is, that's like a decade ago, y'all. I'm telling you a little bit about my life, but now that it's been a decade and some change since then, and I have finally gotten to where I want to be in my life, like fully, I'm just kind of like, is the idea of marriage really that serious anymore? Or is it just better just to find someone you like and you get along with and spend time with them? Because, let me tell y'all something. I got another warning again from YouTube saying that my feed is too slow. I'm waiting for it to bounce back. Facebook was popping in 07. Yes, it was. Wifing up a zombie. Y'all funny. Doing chores is discipline, organization, and time management. Valuable skills in your career. Correct. Do you still want to have kids? One day. But I don't want to have kids more than I want to find someone, the correct person to have kids with. Because I do not, and I've been fortunate enough to make it this far in life without the kids. And I've seen so many of my male friends have kids, and I've seen how their life gets like flipped completely upside down because they had kids with the wrong person. As a matter of fact, if I'm being 100% sure, I don't know any guys that had kids with the right woman. I'm going to just let that marinate. I don't know any guys who had kids with the right woman. Besides, like, men in my family, you know, but then when you really think about it, I might be biased because that's my family. I haven't never talked to them as a man, you know, because I grew up, I was just the little boy around them. But I don't know any guys who can, like, just be full-blown happy and in a relationship. Maybe that's probably one of my, you know, hang-ups. Is like, I'm really picky because I'm like, bruh, I know what come with that 18-year commitment. Really, it's a lifelong commitment because I feel like parents help you your whole life. But that 18 years of, you know, making sure you help raise them. What are some key issues in your last relationship? I remember you going on trips and YouTube, you looked like he was having a good run. It's this, in a way. I don't know what the last relationship that you're talking about, though. You have to describe that person, because I have a couple relationships on my YouTube channel when I think about it. That's a lot of child support. Yeah, Angela, that is definitely a lot of child support. 18 years. Most guys settle. Yeah. I know one person as a friend. She is married, but it seems like couples have a baby and just break up. That's what I'm saying, y'all. All right, now let me show y'all some stuff that I've been finding. Just like basic statistic stuff, right? We all know women are more likely to initiate a divorce, right? But what we may not know is how much more likely they are. And these two things that I just found out really just kind of rocked my world. That's another reason why I was like, let me get on this live and talk to y'all real quick. So, I don't know if y'all can read this because I don't know why Google decided to make all my text look real skinny, but that's what Google decided to do. There's 40 people in this chat. Wow, appreciate y'all tuning in. All right, look. Women are more likely to, I asked the question, I said, who initiates divorce more, men or women? Of course, it said women are more likely, but it said, this sentence right here is what, like, is crazy to me. It said a 2015 study by the American Sociology Association found that women initiate divorce 69% more in the U.S. And I was thinking, okay, that's a lot higher, but that wasn't as bad as what this next part said. 90% of those divorces, well, 90%, it's 90% more likely that they will do a divorce if they are college educated. Meaning if they went to college and they're smart, basically, they're a lot more likely to initiate a divorce. I'm starting to second guess my life choices. I'm still on this treadmill. Slow it down and do a walk and just put it on the incline. There we go. Somebody with some experience in the chat. I've been knowing Ricky been married for a while. Been married for 24 years with forever to go. What I can say, that marriage and being with someone forever is more than fulfilling. It's a choice to build with someone, flaws and all. That is so true. But as you know, okay, so let me put this out there. Ricky, don't go nowhere because I know you be in and out the chat. You be in and out the chat. I need you to stay for like a good 5 minutes. All right. Now, Ricky, official Ricky Bowden, if y'all don't know who he is, when y'all get a chance, make sure you guys subscribe to him because he's lit, right? But this dude was around for that marriage that I told y'all about, he knew who I'm talking about. That's how long I've known Ricky. He's known me since I was like 22, 23, 21, really. And so he saw the beginning of the marriage and he saw the end of the marriage. And then he saw who I became after the marriage, because I ain't gonna lie, I became a little hoe. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I gotta tell the truth now because Ricky he in the chat, so I can't even sugarcoat it now. But to see how that divorce went, and like when I look back at it, I'm like, bro, like she was not happy at home because she still had a lot of life to live as far as like wanting to be successful in her own right, and she didn't want to live up under a guy. I was only 21, 22. You know, I wasn't making enough money to support a whole household like that. I mean, I was supporting the household, but my little checks, I was an E3 or something like that. So it's not like I was just balling and she could just get whatever she wanted. So to be underneath a limited budget, and then on top of that, she knew that she could be making a lot more if she would have finished her degree. She could be making triple, quadruple what I was making at that time. But she was settling because she was loyal and trying to be faithful to me. You know what I'm saying? So I totally understand now why a person would split from that. Ricky, I like that for better or for worse. Yeah, I always admired Ricky's marriage because they just seem like they understand it. Like they both seemed like they understood what marriage is supposed to be. Like they never like try to make it portray like it's perfect or that it's supposed to be a perfect thing. They just both clearly had the mindset that they're going to stick it out no matter what. You know, like if you would find somebody who is willing to just work and stick things out with you, that's dope. That's so rare to find. They're smarter to a degree. It's why it's called a degree. Yes. Ricky, I just looked up a stat that said that 69% of divorces that end up happening in the U.S. are initiated by women. And then it also said that 90% women who are educated, college educated, are 90% more likely to initiate a divorce. 90% more likely to initiate a divorce. Ricky, teach us her ways. You just have to pick the right person to actively work together to stay together. I do believe it's a choice, and that's what you gotta. But this is what's killing me though. Yes, it's a choice, people. But our incentives for the things that we do, it seems like it changes over the years. Because in my 20s, I met plenty of women who I thought were great women, but they had no incentives to be good people, if that makes sense. Like they had no reason to treat you right and be a good wife or anything like that because they were still young and they knew they were still being sought after by a plethora of guys. So why change anything about yourself when everybody's saying that they want you? And it seems like now that I've gotten into my 30s, it seems like what has happened now is that a lot of those same type of women who had a mindset where they weren't trying to settle down, now they have a mindset where the only thing they care about is trying to settle down. And not only do they want to settle down, they want to do it like today. They want a husband tomorrow. They want the kids the day after tomorrow. And it's like, it's not fair to the guys who've been working hard on themselves throughout their 20s when they wasn't getting chose on. I can't say I was one of those guys because I was, like I said, I had a whole phase. I can't even lie. But for the guys who've been working hard and they finally make it to a point in their life where they're like, all right, I built all this. I have a whole little kingdom going. Now it's time to, find a queen or find someone to bring in. And then you look back at maybe some of the girls you were initially interested in and you see what they've been doing with their lives and it'd be wild. Okay. You know what I'm saying? They be having 3-4 kids. They be built all kind of they look like a cereal box. You feel me? They be built like they be built like a melted candle and they be ready to settle down now. This is the time where like, oh, I always wanted you. I always liked you. But now what they come with is, they come with a lot. Y'all know what they come with. I ain't gonna go in on these women, even though it was an imaginary person I was talking about, but I still just feel wrong to be talking about, because who knows, maybe, somebody in this chat may fit some of those descriptions. So I ain't saying you're not worth anything. I'm just saying it's not fair to a guy who's been working really hard and preserved himself, is what I'm saying, to settle down with someone who didn't preserve themselves and who didn't work on themselves. That's all I'm saying. Ooh, Lord. Y'all see, this was a deep chat. But I'm not trying to speak too much on, like, I'm not trying to give advice. Once again, I really wanted to hear from you guys. I was married for only 3 years. I had to get up out of there. Your well-being trumps the stress of putting up with BS. Yes. You do got to be happy. Oh, Ricky finally said, well, I got married when I was 23 and my wife was 22. We basically grew up together, so we had difficulty as our personalities changed. But we decided to make it work. It's that last little sentence you said. Y'all decided together as a team to make it work. Bro, you got one of the good ones, bro, early. Just be happy you ain't out here in these streets. Because ain't nothing out here. Ain't nothing out here. Fellas, am I lying? Am I lying? It's the unmarried woman a wife because some are not. Is the unmarried woman a wife? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out, is marriage worth it right now? And that was the main title. That's why I titled this chat what I titled it. Is marriage worth it anymore? Do y'all feel like marriage is worth it anymore? After everything I've been saying, after everything we've kind of talked about, is it worth it? Because I'm at a point now where I got to make a hard decision. I'm like, am I going to be a bachelor for life right now? I feel like the decision is being made in 2025 for me. It was already creeping up on the horizon in 2024. But I'm really starting to think like, bruh, if I do choose to go down the route of being married, what am I supposed to be looking for? Because it seems like the pickings is getting slim. I feel like I may be at the bottom of the barrel. It's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. Is marriage worth it anymore? What y'all think? I feel like I should watch the chat on my phone because it's faster. Some people aren't mature enough to stick it out. I think one of the main issues also is that, well, I already been talked about how social media makes you feel like you have way more options than you really have. But also another issue is that I think people's idea of what they think love is, I don't think that they realize that if you're going off of love and love supposed to be this fairy tale, that I don't think they realize that it's not real, that it's literally like an image made up by Hollywood. Because everybody who's been in some real love, like some serious love, knows that it like really comes in like waves. Like you're head over heels. It always starts off like that though. Head over heels, you really like this person, you can't get enough of this person, you want to be around them all day. Then eventually, you just start seeing a couple little things that get on your nerves. A couple little nitpick things that keep getting on your nerves, and then eventually the love portion, like the real infatuation stage, goes away, and that's when you have to make the decision, okay, I know I ain't infatuated no more, but they're still the same person. The reasons I fell for this person in the first place are still here. So I gotta make the decision that I'm gonna still work it out and still try to be with this person, even though I don't feel like I just want to take them down every time I see them. You know, but over time, what I can say is that feeling of like really liking them and really enjoying the person you're with, it comes back. It comes back, and you'll be surprised that, dang, you know what? I thought I wasn't really here no more, but I'm back now. You know, I love the little dates we go on now and the little whatever we do. We got kids now, whatever. And you could be fully into it, and then you can fall out again. It just all depends, but I think it's real love, in my opinion, is like when you can, it's in the moments when the infatuation has worn off and you're still choosing to make something work with someone because you love them, not because you're infatuated with them or because they look good and all that. It's because you made the choice in your mind mentally to love this person. Because think about it, your brother and sister get on your freaking nerves. They've been getting on your nerves since you were a kid. But if anybody else was to ever try to do something to your brother or sister, you would knock them out because you actually love your brother and sister. That's the same type of love I feel like you should have for a partner if you're going to be married. But I don't feel like it exists. Not in 2025. Something also to think about is, do you want to live in your home in your 70s? Yeah, why would I not want to live in my home? And you talking about like with somebody? Of course I would want to, but if it ain't worth it, because all the options are trash, I'd rather be by myself. Like right now. I'm alone right now. And I have no feeling in my brain where I need to call somebody and be like, hey, can you come over? Or try to woo somebody into coming over or go into their house. I don't feel like I need that at all. And that be making me think sometimes. Like I remember there was moments in my life where I did feel like I need someone around me to share my space with, to cohabitate with. And I realized that now that I'm here, I'm realizing that honestly, maybe it was because I needed those people in my life. Maybe I felt like I needed them to feel whole. When you finally learn how to feel whole by yourself, it makes it so hard to be like, dang, you know what? Now that I'm looking at someone for all the right reasons now, I'm realizing there's not too many options out there. My grandma is 75 and lives in her camper by herself, traveling all over the country. What does being 70 have to do with anything? Yeah, 70 is the new 55. I don't know. Mental health and well-being trumps everything. I started aging backwards after getting out of that relationship. I bet you did, man. There's no price that you can put on peace. It is not a price you can put on peace. She's living her best life. Yep. Corey, why do you have so many female friends that you hang with but don't seem to find a partner? I'm willing to bet that it's just about all of them have some sort of attraction to you. Hashtag friendzone. I don't know how to explain that one. I do have a lot of female friends. And over time, I do feel like I'm starting to realize that maybe some of them will probably desire to be more of a friend with me. But at the same time, I have to be real with myself and figure out what, as I'm looking at the long-term goals right now, and I'm like, okay, what do I want out of life? And recently, this past year, I had a friend of mine who passed away who I felt looked like was like neck and neck with me in life. We had the same goals, we had the same dreams. And his life, like I said, recently he passed away. It ended abruptly. But I used to always be comparing my life to his, like, oh, okay, I'm doing this, he's doing this, and we would share different goals, and we had the same interests. Long story short, with him dying, it made me look at my life and the time that I'm using right now as like, okay, I'm not trying to waste any moments. I'm not trying to waste any time because it could be over tomorrow. It could be over tonight. So I don't want to waste any time. So when it comes to like, if I'm going to be like, when I get into the next relationship, like I want it to be like, I know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm 100% in. Like I know for a fact, this is a relationship that I'm possibly going to have my family's going to start from. And so I guess I'm not trying to be picky, but I kind of feel like when I see things that like I know, okay, that's a red flag, like no matter how great this person is, I still see that's a red flag. That's just a non-negotiable for me. I can't lie to myself and be like, I'm just going to lead this person on and be like, hey, we're going to be in a relationship now, knowing that I want kids one day and the person either can't have kids or it doesn't make sense for them to have kids because they already have kids. Like, why would I do that? I hope that answers the question. Love is a choice. Many people think about its feelings. Feelings change all the time. Exactly. I think you missed my statement. The question is, how do you rather live in your 70s? If she's happy doing that, then that's the path she chose. Yeah. There's all kinds of ways to be happy by yourself. Trust me. Life, honestly, look, if I didn't learn nothing else from this past week, one thing I learned from this specifically past week has been that I am not ready right now. At this very second, I know I ain't ready right now for a relationship. You know, but in the future, when I'm ready for one, when I'm ready to deal with the million requests and wait, I got a call, y'all. What did I miss? Oh, I don't know. You gotta scroll up, Ricky. You ain't really missed too much. I can't remember now. I've been talking about random other stuff. Yeah, I want to hear the answer to Joe's question. Joe Rogers. I already answered it. Nothing wrong with being single. When you are single and being older, you have to prepare for health care decisions like live-in nurse compared to being in a relationship. Yeah. Well, I plan on being in a position in my life at that age that I can be able to afford a live-in nurse. And I also, you know, I'm watching my grandmother go through something like this right now. She's single by herself. She's happy all the time. And I don't know. I know the whole idea, a teammate and not a dependent for sure. Exactly. Oh, that's the one. I'm about to pin that, Ricky. That's what I'm trying to say. Man, you always be saying stuff. You always make things so simple. That's why he married, y'all. That's why he got a wife and been together for a long time, because he make things that's complicated back. He make them simple. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm looking for a teammate and not a dependent. And it seems like this society has set up the rules of engagement to create a lot of dependent people. A lot of dependent people. And you know what, Ricky, here's another thing. Being that I was a soldier at the beginning of my 20s, I was low-key kind of, I was not in a world where I met a lot of women who had a dependent mindset, because all the women around me were soldiers too. So we all had money. And so when people date each other in their military, you're already coming to the field as, like, I guess you could call it 50-50. You're already coming to each other knowing you both have careers and you both have jobs and you both are taking care of yourself. So now it really is just all about, do I like this person? Exactly. Yeah, Steven, Ricky, he's a knowledgeable guy. He's that guy. I just had to ask this question because I just felt like I don't want to be biased, and I just want to get an idea of what's going on in my generation, in my time, in my life. Like, is the idea of not thinking about trying to have a wife one day, is that crazy to think something like that? Is it crazy to imagine a life in a totally different type of sense where you really just live to be happy and you're not living to find someone? Because I kind of feel like that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just living and I do things that make me happy, and I don't have to worry about, how do I incorporate someone else every time I want to do something. Like, I remember a couple months ago, I had got off of work and I was walking home, and I was walking past the Capital One Arena and I saw Janet Jackson was going to be there that night. Like, she was supposed to be performing in like the next hour or two. When I was walking by, because I saw a line outside, I'm like, what? Janet Jackson? I never saw Janet Jackson before. I feel like she's the closest I can get to seeing Michael Jackson one. So, and I was too young to actually go to one of his concerts. So I was like, I want to go see Janet Jackson. I didn't have to call nobody and be like, hey, babe, like, do you want to go? And then spend money on 2 tickets. And then because it was just me, I was able to get floor seating close to the stage. Like, I was able to just splurge on myself. It was fun. I went home at whatever time I wanted to go home. Like, just moments like that, when I think about it, it would have been so much more difficult. What if I'm married to somebody who has to be up by a certain time the next day, and I got to figure out how to make sure that they're okay with it, or do they even want to come? Like, it's just simpler to just be single. Marriage is still the #1 path to wealth, Happiness isn't the point of life. It's an empty pursuit. Happiness is not the point of life. We supposed to just grind every day. Like, is that what we're saying? And yeah, of course, marriage is the number one path to wealth because it's a cheat code. You just marry somebody who's rich and now you're rich. It's a cheat code. I think it's worth it. I think you can be happy on your own, but I think it's sad that's what a lot of people are resorting to. People are resorting to that because this society is jacked up, bruh. All of the, like when people talk about traditional relationships, all of that is out of whack. You cannot take a traditional approach to anything in 2025. If you take the traditional approach, it's gonna throw you for a loop. Like, be real. I know I'm so choppy, y'all. God dang. I appreciate y'all still being in the chat. I'm looking at the chat right now on my phone. This look crazy. It's such a crazy delay. Oh my God. How are y'all watching this? I feel so bad. I wish I could make my internet just better right now, but it's not. How y'all feel? Okay, let's see what y'all saying in the chat. I disagree with that. MP5, you disagree with what Chris said? Great topic. Marriage ain't worth it, man. Better off being single. I'm saying, bro, like, unfortunately, it does feel like that. It does feel like we're better off being single. No, you build together over life. People are supposed to get married young. Now, what woman you know in America wants to settle down with a man who hasn't built himself up yet? Don't worry, I'll wait. Women don't want men who don't got their stuff together. That idea, like I said, the traditional idea, if you try to apply it to 2025, that's craziness. Women don't want to build with a guy. I don't know how many times I've heard women say, it's not my job to build a man. He's supposed to already come ready. They don't want that. I have not heard a woman say that verbatim. It's not my job to build a man. I've heard so many women say that. They want him already made. That's just like, fellas, you don't want a woman who's going to look like a supermodel one day or who's going to have this great body physique. You know, she may be, let's say she's 300 pounds, just to exaggerate it. But she's working out every single day when you meet her. She's in the gym consistently. And she knows in her mind where she's going to go because she's fully committed to becoming this like drop dead gorgeous woman from her looks physically. But because you don't see it yet, and are you going to stick around and be with her and love her like she's already that? Or do you want to just move on and find a woman who has the look that you're looking for if you care about looks, right? I'm just only using that examples because I feel like that's the only way to, like, guys, we think differently, you know, so that's the only way to kind of compare it. Women, a lot of women don't want to be with a guy if he's not already together. Building with a man is not the same as building a man. Explain, Tiff. Do men want to build a woman? Just asking. I think depends on what areas you're talking about. I would love to help. If I'm in a relationship, I would love to help build the woman that I'm in a relationship with like an entrepreneurial thing. Like if she's starting a business, I think it's really, I love doing stuff like that. I love coming up with like strategies and marketing ideas and budgets. I love doing stuff like that because I do it for myself all the time. So it's something I would love to do for if I had somebody in my life. I mean, I do it for my friends. I do it for my sister and my mom, like people who just, they have ideas. People come to me a lot because they see that I usually build things. Like as you guys see, I'm building this community. And so I love doing that. So I wouldn't mind building a woman, but I don't know if other guys would want to build a woman. They may want her already built. They want to just take Barbie out the plastic. They don't want the Barbie doll that you got to wait in 3 months and it loses 15 pounds. I don't know. Would that even sell? Like, if you knew that something you were buying was going to mature into something else over time, would you buy it? Besides money, of course, we know that. This is funny. I didn't make it, y'all. The treadmill got me for an hour. Man, well, it's been an hour. It's been an hour on the thing. I don't know why you wanted to try to work out the whole chat. They say they don't want to build a man, but that's when she's not so attracted to him. If she thinks he's a celestial being in a sexual sense, she'll build with him. Hell, she'll build him. She'll build him. Wow, yeah. I think some women have the fear that after you build him up, he will leave you for the woman he actually wanted, or that he can get based upon his new status. Wow. So y'all think if y'all build a man, he gonna leave you? You just building him up for somebody else? Some women believe that since they took the time, energy, and effort to acquire a nursing degree. Wait, I lost it. Where we at? Nursing degree or law degree or IT certification, then a man should have done similarly before a relationship. Why is it that women love conditionally and men love more than likely unconditionally? Like, men can see the potential in someone and like love that person for who they are right now. And so that as this relationship goes forward, if you stay the same, they still love you. But if you become a better version of yourself, they still love you. But like, women can't love anybody who's lesser than them, I guess, or like in a certain category. Like it's like they have to always feel like they're the runner-up or something, or second in line. Like, you can't be taller than them. I mean, you can't be shorter than them. You gotta be taller. Can't have less money than them. You gotta have more money. Like, why do women want that? Why not just strive to be your best? And if somebody treats you right, help them become a better version of themselves. Corey, I wish I could get on here right now. This is all wrong. Exactly, aka Angie. Look, I'm not trying to give y'all an opinion on how things are supposed to go. I'm just saying, I just keep talking about, what I've seen in life. And I'm waiting for y'all to give me y'all's opinion. I mean, y'all been giving me a lot of opinions and telling me how you guys feel as well. I'm really just, like I said, this is more like a temperature check. Look at this as a temperature check. I want to see how other people besides me think. I would like to hear, preferably people who don't think like me, because I want to understand the world right now. And y'all are like the best market research I could ever do. We're all collectively, it's like 30, 40 of us in the chat right now. We can all collectively come up with some answers or just understand each other better. Should we do some polls or votes or something like that? Like, if I ask a question and everybody put a number in here and we vote on stuff, I think that would be a good idea. But you're saying two different things. You want help, but you said earlier about not helping. I'm yelling through the computer. I don't think I said two opposite things. I said I want a partner in life. The answer to your question is men are good people. And you gonna put a super chat behind it? Shout out to Chris Creative, man. He's always supporting the chat, bro. You always make the chats worth the effort and the time. I appreciate you, for real. Mackie Samuels. Lots of men in the modern era have failed to launch because they did not have a father to mentor them. Unfortunately, many men are underperforming in the economy and in the life in general. I mean, yeah, fathers are needed. Fathers are definitely needed. Do a poll. I don't know how to do a poll. It's going to have to be a poll where oh, wait, can I? Oh, I can do a poll. What y'all want me to ask? I can do a poll. Let's start off with, is marriage worth it? Let's just go straight to it. Is marriage worth it? Yes or no? Start poll. Y'all let me know if it pops up. Let's see. Make sure y'all vote. Is marriage worth it? Okay. The votes is coming in. Woo, this is getting, it's getting real right now. To the point about leaving someone they think they don't need after getting built up. People suffer for lack of gratitude. If they were grateful, they could have more than they wish for. I agree with that. Corey, let's all be real. When it comes to relationships, most want to live the movie previews, but don't want to contribute to the day-to-day requires that the movie, aka life relationship. Yeah, of course. Nobody want to work for it. Are we done voting? Is it 50-50 right now? It's looking real 50-50. How do I check it on my phone? I want to see. I didn't even get a chance to vote. Let me unpin this so I can see. Oh, there we go. Now we can see it. It's looking like yes is winning right now. Yes is at 55%. I don't know how many people voted though. Oh, it's 20 votes. It's only 20 votes right now. So we got 55% vote yes that marriage is still worth it. 45% vote that no, marriage is not worth it. There's lots of women supporting men. Look at Love After Lockup. Is that a Netflix thing? That's wild. That's wild. I need a third option. Depends. Laugh aloud. Lots of failure to launch men. That's fact. It popped up. Yeah. Tiff, Love After Lockup. I have not seen that yet. It just kind of cringy to me. It's a little cringy to me. Angela, girl, yes. There's lots of big mamas out here. Love After Lockup. That's funny. That's true. And for my man, women stand behind men all the time. Okay. Marriage is only worth it if both of you have a 720 plus credit score. Dang, what if only one of y'all got a 720 plus credit score? Can't do nothing or something? I'm just saying. No, not happening, never. You talking about marriage? Men don't see the value of a college education, but what's interesting is that the rich still value education. I mean, yeah, knowledge is like most of the time the only thing separating you from making $1 million or making a couple thousand or just working for an hourly wage. How many of you waiting for Luigi to show up on Love After Lockup? That's funny, bro. And it happens too often to be a mistake. Luigi. That dude, bro. That's funny. I haven't watched the show yet, so I can't really speak too much, but I can imagine there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Are these people getting like conjugal visits too? Did they shut it on the show? That's funny. All right, so with 21 votes, I don't see anybody else voting anymore. With 21 votes, 52% say that marriage is worth it. So I guess that's like 11 people probably said marriage is worth it, and 10 people said marriage is not worth it. I don't know if that's strong enough. I don't know if that's strong enough to like really sell me though. I mean, technically it won. It won. But I just feel like it was too close. I still feel like that's 50-50. I feel like that's 50-50. All right, I'm going to end the poll. So marriage won. So according to the chat, there we go. Marriage is worth it. Okay. Should be like the Middle East. Man, get everything, kid, money, homes. All right, I guess you guys answered that question. What's the next question we need to ask? Someone said no. What question? What's the next question? I mean, so y'all say marriage is worth it. So Are y'all married? Is anybody in the chat married? Besides Ricky? I don't think Ricky here no more. He'd be in and out. Or have y'all been married? I feel like you have to have God in your marriage for it to work. Marriage is a biblical concept. You got to be playing by the right rules. Is marriage did it come from the Bible, or did marriage happen before the Bible? It really just depends. There are so many things that go into play to see if it's worth it or not. It is, man. If you don't see the value in it, then a poll isn't going to sway you. I'm not trying to be swayed. I just really want to understand, because like, here's the thing. Let's say we do the poll, and let's say if it was like 90% or more and y'all are saying, yes, marriage is worth it, then I probably would have been like, all right, okay, I get it. Okay, so maybe marriage is worth it. So then that just means I just need to, one day, when I feel like doing it, look for someone who has the right characteristics for marriage. If you don't see the value in it. Okay, so y'all finally responded to the single thing. I'm single, nope, single. So single, was married. Okay, one person is married. Me and my husband have a happy marriage. We've been married 7 months. Okay. That's good to hear. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I want to see love exist. I want to hear about happy marriages. I do want to hear about it, because I guess in my mind I want to believe that marriage, in what I was taught, is a good thing. But it just be feeling like in 2025, in this day and age, you don't be feeling like it's a good thing. It feels like what it is a way for someone to take advantage of a woman to take advantage of a man. I'm just gonna put it straight out there. Seems like a lot of women want to use marriage as a way to survive, a way to get out of their struggle. Because and y'all might not feel it because y'all are in the DC area, but I guess I'm really going off of what I saw in Houston, growing up in Houston. A lot of women in Houston use marriage or not just marriage, use boyfriend and girlfriend as a tool to not be broke. If they want their rent paid, they'll have this guy. If they want somebody to fix their car, they have another guy. If they have somebody that takes them on dates and spends money on dates, like they'll have 3 different guys that they rotate through that fund their lifestyle. And none of those guys are aware that they're being played like that. They think that they're building something that might be leading to marriage, and then eventually it hits the fan that they're playing them. And now they done wasted a year or 2 of their life trying to date somebody. And I've seen it happen. I had a conversation with somebody who was actively doing it, and it just blow my mind. She'll hang up the phone, pick up the phone, call another guy, give him about 2.5 minutes, hang up the phone, call another guy, and she would be playing this whole role like, oh, my car battery is not starting today, and I just really need some help. If you could help me, no pressure. The dude will send her $100 to get a new battery. She'll be like, okay, I'll call you back. Hang up. Don't talk to him all day for the rest of the day. But she'll immediately pick up another phone. Hey, my car battery it's not working. Like, I need to, get a new battery. She would just like have a roster of dudes, and she'd be getting money from the dude. It was like a business for her. It's like she's selling the idea of relationships. Shout out to Steven Azor. For those who were married before, would you try again with a new person? I like that. That's a great question. Those convos are not happening. Oh, I've been missing some stuff. I'm missing a lot of stuff. Okay. Sir, you were married before, so at one point you recognize the value in it. I did. I said I'm trying to see it again, but I just don't see it right now. It can be worth it, but both parties have to be on the same page. All too often, but parties are not on the same page. You need to discuss views on raising kids, vision for a marriage, financial fitness. Facts. Could I get married again one day? Sure, but to circle back, it ain't happening in 2025. People who marry later in life are less likely to divorce. The 30 women are the sweet spot. Okay. Oh yeah, women in Houston are slick. You ain't lying about that. Yeah. Okay, Angie said yes. Tit Tigers, your friend lucked up and found 3 suckers. Nah, she ain't luck up. She has mastered the skill of finding suckers, of finding simps. I watched this video earlier about this girl who's being interviewed, and she was talking about how she's in a marriage. She's currently married to a guy who she knew was a simp before she married him. And the first question that the other guy said that was interviewing her was like, well, how did you know he was a simp? You know, in the first place, what made you even think that he was a simp? She was like, because I had 3 kids. And he was like, wait, so he's a simp because he decided to take care of you and your kids? And the guy was like, that's diabolical. She was like, yeah. She was like, I know ain't nobody it's rare to find a man who's gonna just take care of me and my kids. She said after meeting about 100 men, she only found about 4 of them who would actually do that. And one of those 4 was the guy she ended up marrying because he had the most money. And this is her actual husband. It's crazy. And she's definitely not faithful to the dude. Before y'all even ask that question, she's not faithful. She just keeps him around because that's her lifeline. That's how she pays her bills and takes care of her kids, is maintaining a relationship with that guy. If that relationship ever was to go left, she would probably lose it. A Cornell University study titled Mismatches in the Marriage Market said that too many American men were economically unattractive and women did not want to marry those men. I wish I could show y'all somebody so bad. The person that I know this girl. Okay, I ain't gonna put nobody out there because I ain't gonna be evil. But just trust me, I know someone who literally makes a business out of having multiple guys at any given time, just taking care of her. That is her lifestyle, is being taken care of by multiple guys. And she was somebody I knew in Houston. Oh, but the reason why I brought it up is that when I read Mackie Samuel's statement, it reminded me of how she told me the story about like how she doesn't date for looks. She dates, and I thought she was about to tell me this like, oh, you know, like she looks deeper into someone's, you know, personality. She doesn't care about how you look because she's more maybe like a sapiosexual or something like that. That's what I was expecting her to say. What came out of her mouth was, as long as he can take care of me and pay my bills and get my nails done, my hair done, and pay for my school and pay, as long as he can give me anything I want, I will be his wife. I will marry him. I will have his babies. I will be loyal to him and live in the same house with him for the rest of my life. And I was like, but you're leaving out the part where you're attracted to him. I'm like, so you're telling me that even if he's like I tried to give her the craziest scenario. I was like, what if he's like fat and sweaty and nasty? I don't know. Like, I tried to just really hype it up. Like, what if he just has all these weird qualities, but yeah, he got money so he can take care of you. Would you still have his children? I'm like, your DNA has to mix with his DNA. Like, and she was like, yep, I'll happily have his children. Like, I'd make sure he just take a shower, make sure he this and this, and he can do whatever he wants to do to me for as long as he wants to do it. And then when I get up, go buy me a car. When I get up, pay for this business. I'll buy me a food truck because I want to start a business with a food truck. Like, she had all these wild ideas, but all she needed was just the right bank account basically to fund them for her. And she was full blown down for whatever. It's crazy. The woman you are talking about sounds like a street worker. She's not. It sounds just like a street worker, don't it? But she is not. She's actually kind of famous. That's the wild part. That's why I can't say who it is. But trust me, she's not. She's super, super, super gorgeous. She just chose that this is the life that she wants. Oh, and then she told me this crazy story. I told Angela this. Angela knows about this stuff. She told me this crazy story about how she knows this woman because the girl's from like South Africa. So she told me this story about how she knows this woman that is so successful and she wants to be just like her. And I was like, oh, really? I was like, okay, what does the lady do? She's like, well, she's married to the prince of something, the prime minister's son. And I was like, oh, okay, that's dope. I was like, but what does she do though? And she was like, I just told you. she's married to the prime minister's son. And I was like, just because you married to somebody don't mean that you're like, that's what you do, or you're successful because you're married to somebody successful. She's like, oh my God, no, she is so successful. She has this type of car, and she just bought a house, and she just bought a new G-Wagon, and she gets interviewed by a lot of different magazines in their country. And I was like, so she's successful just because she got married to somebody successful? I was like, and that's who you want to be like? I was like, that told me everything I need to know right there. Over with. Crazy. That's crazy to me. I can't imagine treating a man or anyone like that. These guys know what they're doing, though. They are spending money willingly for whatever they think will get them. What's crazy is if you establish a relationship where it's transactional, when you meet a woman, it's never going to change. They're going to keep extracting until you run out. And when you run out, they're just going to move on to the next person. That's called a simp. You do not start a relationship where you're paying for everything because you're trying to impress somebody. Because the payments is going to get bigger and bigger. They're going to keep trying to figure out how much of a simp you are. What can they get out of you? And some dudes don't understand that. Now, if a guy's doing it because he wants to do it, that's not a simp. That's just a nice guy. That's just a guy who likes you, and it doesn't matter if it impresses you or not. He just wanted to do it. But to literally meet a girl and first thing you're doing is buying all her drinks, that's going to lead to spending money, on her nails. Spending money on her nails is going to lead to buying all her makeup. That's going to lead to fixing her car. That's going to lead to maybe helping her with her rent, her light bills. It's going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. A lot of women think that way, especially the woman marrying those passport bros. Just saying. Look at 90 Day Fiancé. Tim, how do you have all of these examples for different shows and stuff for us to watch? Dude, that's all you be doing is probably sitting in your house, sipping wine, looking at different fashion while it's a different show playing on your TV. That's in my imagination. That's what you be doing. You just got Amazon on your iPad. As you scrolling Amazon, you looking at 90 Day Fiancé with some wine next to you. In my brain, that's what I think Tiff Tigers does all day. Or could have just looked at her IG. The first 10 pictures tell you everything you need to know. I think that's pretty much facts too. She's successful, but deep inside she feels miserable and unhappy with no one to share it with. Well, the girl, what do you mean? No one to share it with? I mean, if she's married to the prime minister's son, I think that's pretty much sharing a life with somebody. And I think that's what you were referring to. Tiff and the shows. Should I start watching reality TV? Watch, Tiff gonna mess around and be on a reality show. I feel like she gonna mess around and be on somebody's show one day. Watch. Remember I said that. Somebody screen record that. Girl, yes, they are applicable. Yep, I participate in mindless scrolling and TV watching. Yeah, I can see that. I'll add those to the list. I'm seeing women have their stuff together more than men. That's another thing. I see that out here. I couldn't say from back in Houston. But in DC, I do see that there's a lot of women who appear to have their stuff together more than it seems like guys do. Just in general. Now, and I'm talking about outside of the federal government, because I feel like the federal government don't really count. A lot of people move here from other places. Those people don't matter. I'm just talking about the actual people here. It seems like the women who are native from DC area tend to want to get their education. They want to seek a better life. They're trying to get it out the mud on their own. And a lot of the guys here seem to have more hourly wage jobs, don't really care about their education, don't really care about trying to make it out the clean way. It feels like they be trying to make it out in a different way. Appreciate you, Jay Blue, for subscribing. Did you watch Love is Blind DC? I didn't. I kept hearing about it everywhere. I did not watch that. And then apparently I was somewhere. I don't know if y'all know who Nia is. She was on a stream a couple of days ago. Me and Nia went to the Union Market, I believe, and we was in there looking. We was about to get something to eat, and she saw somebody in there at Union Market that was on the show, and she just thought it was like, she just kept staring at the person. It's like, oh, that's the guy who did this and did that, and oh, that's crazy. And I'm like, I don't know who. I didn't watch the show. More than men or sooner than men? I see more than men. Most women get government help. Oof. Men have the top job in the world by far. Yeah, in the world, yeah, that's what I was saying. In this area, it's different. In Houston, everybody hurting. The only two career fields that are doing good in Houston are oil and gas and healthcare, medical, whatever. If you're in one of those two fields, then you're probably doing pretty good for yourself. If you ain't in one of those two fields, you're probably working at a nightclub somewhere, you're bartending, bodyguard, promoter, starting a nightclub. One of them like hookah lounge type jobs, or maybe you work at a car wash, some restaurant, like these little hourly paid jobs, or maybe you have work at a call center, stuff like that. There's a whole lot of that in Houston. But people they will stretch their last dollar and do everything they can to make it look like they're doing great in Houston. It was probably Tyler. The show was wild. Yeah, I heard it was. I don't really be getting deep into those reality dating shows. But I kind of feel like I have to watch it now because of stuff like this, moments like this. I know I have a whole channel about the relationship stuff now, so I guess I should be more aware of what's going on out here in these DC streets. Banking seems to do well anywhere though, right? Yeah. Well, yeah, banking is good in Houston. I had one friend in particular I could think of. It was a woman though that was in banking. She learned a lot about how to make money. I think she's doing okay, but right now she's not doing okay actually. She fell into the trap of being taken care of by someone as well, as a woman, and it's not doing that well. Tiff, that's insane. That poor guy was old enough to know to strap up though. What are y'all talking about? Oh, Angela, I have a 60-plus-year-old coworker. He told me he was about to be a new dad. The girl is like 20s now. They have a newborn and a 5-year-old. She already had a kid. Sound like he winning. Sounds like he winning. Who knows? Some people might have to make it to 60 before they have their first kid. It's like, I get it. Maybe you just got to wait for a whole nother generation to come up, because when you fed up with your generation, but I don't know about these Gen Zers though. I don't think I can go that low and go down to Gen Zers. Gen Zers get on my nerves because they stay in their phone all day and they don't have the best communication skills. They think they do, or some of them think they do, but they really don't. I meant to tell you that Dorian is now 22 and Hermione is 16. Oh my God. Bro, Dorian is the age I was when I met you. Dorian was like 11 or something maybe when I met him. Holy crap, I'm so old. I'm old. And Hermione was a baby. She was I met her in a little car seat thing. She's 16. Oh my God, I'm old. Young people don't talk enough about retirement and how critical it is. Invest in your 401ks and pension. It ain't no joke. It's not. We should talk about that one day, for sure. Because there's a lot of people who out here hurting right now. It's a lot of people. I can talk about one guy at my job who recently got out, but he would not leave. He was like 81 or 82, but he just would not retire because he couldn't afford it. How you live 80 years and you never did anything to set yourself up for a retirement. Like, you got to be living outside of your means. That's the one thing I can say that I'm so glad I did it with the military was, get a disability check. Because that was like an early retirement. And then that, mixed with the retirement that I want to get from the job I have now, like, yeah, I'm going to be set. I ain't going to be worried about if I'm married or not. Go ahead and give me a nurse. Go ahead and give me one of them nurses. I ain't tripping. Who needs a wife? You know what I'm saying? Who need all that? Life great. That moment when you realize you're old, yeah, I'm old for sure. The average lifespan of a man says he ain't gonna make it to that kid's graduation. Oh my God. Why would you say that, Angie? Didn't Jimmy Carter just make it to 100? Don't be putting that on people. God dang. He could make it until the kid get old and pass away. He could outlive the kid. Like I just said, my homeboy, he passed away just recently, and he was 32. I'm just saying. Parents outlive the kids all the time. I'm with you. He was supposed to retire. Now he's saying that he got to go to work longer so she can get some type of benefits when he retires. He plans to move over to the Philippines. You know what he's going to be doing in the Philippines, right? You know what the 60-year-old, 70-year-old retired dudes be doing in the Philippines, right? And in Brazil, and in where else? Dominican Republic. You know what they be doing? Knocking them down. Okay? Hey, Tip, what they be doing? They be popping them. Me and Tip, bro, y'all, look. Me and Tip watched this video about this guy. It was one of the passport bros. He stays in Brazil. And he said it's not hard to find the video. He was talking about how lit Brazil is and how one of his other passport bros met him in Brazil. And he was like, this is a special occasion, so I'm going to take you out to the best thought spot he could find. That's what he called it, the thought spot. Ricky. And him and his friend, he took his friend to the thought spot in Brazil. And when they got there, he said, it's basically like you're walking into a bar, but every woman that's in there is hand selected by the staff to be there. And it's like being in a strip club. All you gotta do is just like look at a girl a little too long or wink or do a head nod. Any gesture is gonna make them come over to you. When they come over to you, they basically try to talk to you and try to get you to pay for their services. And their services have a lot to do with what you think it has to do with, basically. Where they go you go in a separate room, you pay for the room, you pay for the girl, and you pay for whatever you're going to use with you and the girl, and y'all have at it. And then you come back out the room after you and the person are done with all the stuff y'all just did, and then you go back to the bar, you can finish your drink, or if you time it just right, which is what the guy was saying, if you time it just right, if you get there early enough, you can hurry up, find one, pop her, and come back, build up your stamina, over the next hour or so again to pick another one and go pop that one. Am I lying, Tiff? He already married the girl that he got kids with. He popping that Viagra, I would assume. Wow. Yeah, passport bros is wild, man. That's wild. Passport bros be clapping them cheeks overseas, but they getting finessed by women at the same time, which is crazy. That's wild. Yeah, they called it the thought spot. He didn't want to give no specific name, but he called it the thought spot. And you can go there and literally just pick. This is Brazil. You can just pick out of, and he said after he popped the first one and he came back out the room and went back to the bar, he said when he went back to the bar to drink another couple drinks, he said he looked around and he noticed there was a whole new group of women. It was a whole new group of women, and he was able to just pick another one and go pop that one. after he got his stamina back up. That's wild. That's wild. Chief, you're not lying. I thought you were male. He read several of your comments as well. Wait, what? Hold on. What I miss? Who named Chief? I missed something. You know, Tiff be having a whole nother conversation with people in the chat. Yep, Mackie, exactly. Password bros are finding out it's actually more expensive to marry a foreign woman because she would be completely dependent on him financially, whereas a Westerner would work and add income. That's if you have a woman who wants to do that. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of women who don't want to do that. For the person who asked me earlier in their chat when they asked me what happened to my last relationship, it was because she had the mindset of what's it called? Easterner woman? Or Western? No, wait, no, because Westerner is here. So she had the mindset of what y'all just talked about. She was the type of woman who was ready to be taken care of. And she made it clear all the time that like that was her dream. Like I would ask her, what's your goal in life? What are you trying to do in life? And she would always say her goal is to be a mom. Her dream is to be a mom and raise a family. And I would be asking her, okay, well, what about career-wise? Like, okay, having a family is dope, but what do you want to do career-wise? And she'd be like, what do you mean career-wise? I don't want a career. I want to be a mom. It was like a red flag to me. I was like, ooh. And it never changed. No matter how many times we talked about it, I was like, yeah, can't do it, my boy. Can't do it. You not lying, MP5, yep. I can't believe y'all been making it this long. And my internet's so crazy. He said, simping, reading all the women's comments. I thought Chief was a male. That's why I made the comment. Who is Chief? I don't see Chief in the chat. Who is Chief? I don't see anybody named Chief in the chat. Oh, there we go. There go one person. Okay, I see Chief. Men have the top job in the world. Okay, that's the last thing I seen by Chief. I don't see Chief anymore. Oh, simping reading all the women comments. You talking about me? I'm reading everybody's comments. A lot of women want to be homemakers and not work outside the home. The reality is it's hard to be both a mother and have a career. You have to suffer in one area. Oh, Shawnee. Where were you like 4 or 5 days ago? I had a whole debate with somebody about this very topic. Make sure this mic's still good. I had a whole debate about that exact topic. I kept trying to tell this woman, I ain't gonna put her out there. I kept trying to tell this woman that you really can't do both. You can't have a career and be a great mom at the same time. Like one or the other is gonna have to take precedence. And she swore up and down that in today's age, women can have a full-blown career, go home, and be a full-blown, full-time mom. And I was like, that's not realistic. You're gonna run out of energy and time. Like, it doesn't make sense to be, okay, you're trying to hit a deadline that's supposed to be done today, so you stay at the office up until about 5 or 6 maybe, at the most, but you still try to make it home to either pick up the kids or make sure they have food cooked and make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do, clean the room and all that stuff, but still feel like you're gonna try to have time before midnight hit to try to do your job, if you even can do it within that certain amount of time, and then go to sleep and think that you slept long enough to get back up to go back to that job. Oh, and make sure you get up, and when you get up, you're making sure everybody in the house get up to make sure they go to school and all that. That is impossible. It's literally two different. You need 2 different bodies for that. Yeah, I should be packing instead of commenting. Packing? What? Where are you going? I'm missing everything. A lot of women want to be homemakers, and okay, I read that. You got to scroll up. I did scroll up. The homemaker to poverty pipeline is real. It's too risky for women. That's good if he's gone. I won't state the rest of my thoughts. It is very hard to have both. It's not impossible, but most women will pick one over the other. You can't do, bro. Literally, do I need to like draw like a timeline? You cannot. There's only 24 hours in a day. Not working a 9 to 5 every day. Sometimes ain't enough time to do your job, and you can't just stop doing your job just because it's hit 5 o'clock. If you have a salary, right? That type of job, 9 to 5, whatever. Sometimes you got to work over. And what if this is the same night as, I don't know, your kids' practice or recital or, let's say they have, don't let them be involved in sports or track or something like that. Then you're talking about practices and actual meetups or game nights. How are they going to get there? Not every school provides transportation every time. What if they're not old enough yet to where there's transportation for this type of event? Or don't let it be where y'all have like a cheerleader or something like that, where most time parents take their cheerleaders to different, cheer offs, I don't know what they're called, but you know what I'm saying? It directly clashes. My job currently will not allow me to be a full-time mom. I don't see how it would work. I'm just saying. Now, if you meet somebody, y'all both got careers, a man and a woman, both got careers, no kids, both of y'all, and then y'all come to an agreement where y'all sit down and like, hey, we need to really talk about some real stuff. Do we want to have kids and offspring from this relationship? Then y'all got to make a decision on how to pretty much like help the woman be able to stay home to be able to have the kids. Because what woman or what person is going to like just have their baby and just don't spend no time with their baby within the first couple months because they're going right back to work? I think every woman would want that bond with their child. Well, every woman that's a great mom. My son and his girlfriend are planning for her to stop once she gets pregnant. She was valedictorian and is on a full ride scholarship. Damn. That's tough. That's real tough. When is the wedding? Yeah, this is why far less people are having kids these days on top of economic recessions. Because it really does take 2 incomes for most people right now to survive. Especially in DC or DMV area. Taking cheerleaders to cheer-offs, you mean games? No, some cheerleading companies are more in the business of like teaching someone how to be a cheerleader, and they have like these like competitions against other cheer companies where like it has nothing to do with a football game or anything like that. It'll just be like, how good can y'all do a routine versus how good, almost like a dance competition, like dance crews against other dance crews. Like, so there's cheer companies that go against other cheer companies, and there's like tournaments, I guess, or whatever you want to call it. These different, I want to call them agencies, but they're not agencies, but like companies who umbrella a bunch of different locations, and they'll say, hey, at this day, at this time, we're gonna have all the different cheerleaders from this age group to this age group. They're all gonna compete against each other, and then we're gonna do this age group to this age group, all compete against each other. Oh yeah, y'all explained it. Steven, not always a game. Competitive cheer does not include games. Exactly. Hopefully she's not planning to get pregnant prior to that. Dang. I don't have daughters. I didn't know that. Yeah, I'm just explaining it. Once again, I dated someone who had daughters, who had kids. I learned that life. I temporarily lived it. And also, that's another reason why I've learned that I ain't with it right now. Like, at this point, getting into a relationship, and it's gonna have to come with the possibility of being able to have kids. But I gotta get used to the idea of a relationship right now. I be having so much fun. Like y'all know, when I get off of here, I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna eat whatever I want to eat. I may even play the Xbox. I've been playing the Xbox lately. I had to go buy an Xbox to turn myself into a gamer. To be like, let me explore all the things in my life that I don't do, or most average guys don't do, or they do. I want to have fun, and I realized playing video games is very relaxing. It's very fun. I understand why guys do it now. I get it. It's cool. And I'm single. There's no reason why I have to stop. I don't have a reason to stop. I can just play all night if I want to. And guess what? I still got a very nice job. I still got plenty of time to make videos. And these are my hobbies. If I was in a relationship right now, do y'all think I would be able to stream just all night like this? I'm just saying. Really think about this stuff, y'all. What do I play? You got PS5. I've been playing this game called Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals. It's like all the different Marvel characters. They, got different abilities, and you can fight against each other in like an open match. Steven, I know that's right. When you make the comment, I assume that they were out of school. Oh. Yeah, can't play Xbox. Call of Duty will keep me awake for 36 hours straight. I also had Call of Duty too. That was the first game I got, and I was trying to play Call of Duty, and it's fun, but I really can't play that long. Like I could play maybe about an hour, hour and a half, and then I'll be like, okay. I have so many other things I could be doing with my time. Like I could be working on a video, or I could be going out and making a video, or I could be coming up with another stream, or I could be looking for someone to hop on the stream with me. What else can I do over here? I could do polls, start a Q&A, answer viewer questions live. What? I didn't know I could do all that. I'm over here looking at my options. Why am I just now learning I can do a Q&A? Yes, you could stream because she will understand what you're trying to do. If she don't, then move on to the next. I don't know too many women who would understand the life of a streamer. They'd probably be looking at it like no different than a video game. But then again, I don't know. Maybe I could be wrong because this is my first time ever in my life streaming. I would say technically, with today being the 7th, this still don't even mark a month of me being a streamer. Because I started streaming after the first week of December last month. So this is like 3.5 weeks for me of becoming a streamer. And I'm loving it. It's dope to be able to have a room full of people, chat room full of people to talk to. I've been making new friends. It's been really dope to meet people in real life. Like, it was cool that, I don't know if you guys know this, but for some of you who may not know, there is a GroupMe that we started like about 2 weeks ago. So it's for people who want to be able to link up in real life. We've been coming up. We actually had our first meetup on January 1st. And the second meetup I'm thinking about doing here at my apartment. We're going to have like a game night. Just to have camaraderie, friends, eat, talk. I'm pretty sure I'm going to convince Tiffany to cook something. Stuff like that. I'm like volunteering her cooking skills. But yeah. Or Angela. Angela can cook too. You know what I'm saying? We can all just, maybe we should have like a little get together and trade dishes or something. A little game night / food night. If you're making money and are generous to her, I guarantee you she will understand. Generous is the key word. Generous is the key word. BC Cammy. I used to play Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed, but I haven't played in forever. You ain't never played no Call of Duty, Angela. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Did your last girlfriend, partner, sneaky link not understand your hobbies? I didn't have these hobbies yet. I did a little bit of YouTube, and I posted YouTube videos, but I didn't have the streaming hobby, and I didn't have an Xbox. I just recently got the Xbox. Angela, Yeah, I turned the game on the other day, and I let Angela play this game that's very similar to Call of Duty, basically, long story short. And she didn't even know how to control the character. So I know for a fact you ain't played Call of Duty, because if you played Call of Duty, you would have been able to just immediately take to that game like it was nothing. No matter how long it's been. Everyone knows how to play a first-person shooter, no matter what type of game it is, or, what game it is. I'm glad to learn that your son married smart. That will really benefit him and their children over the long haul. So you had 0 hobbies. I had YouTube still. I just didn't do streaming on YouTube, and I also didn't have an Xbox. So my hobbies was creating videos. Really, my hobbies was traveling and trying to make travel videos. That was like what I really wanted this channel to be about, travel videos. But the travel video industry, as far as channels, it's kind of dead right now, unless you're one of the people who've already established a name in it. Trying to get known as a travel influencer is pretty hard right now. People are more interested in dating life and dating videos and stuff like that right now. That's what I've learned on my channel. So I've just been diving into that. I never said I was good at it. You insinuated you was good at it because you said you played Call of Duty. So you have 0 hobby. I feel like you have this perspective because of previous experiences. I played Microsoft Flight Simulator. You're trying to pinpoint the experiences. Okay, I get it. What has happened to me in my life that made me realize that? I think when I dated the woman who had kids or daughters, I realized that during that time, doing things that wasn't basically for the kids, long story short, or things that didn't directly result in making sure the kids were taken care of, she really looked down on, basically. And she felt like, if I was trying to take time out to play a video game, but the kids no one's cooked anything for the kids yet, why am I on a video game? Even though they were her daughters, but still, you know what I'm saying? So I guess maybe I'm pulling from that. Stuff like that. I mean, just variously. Then also internet, just watching so many memes where women are like standing in front of men who are trying to play the game or something like that, and so many memes about how to get your boyfriend off the game. Don't we all base our current perspective off our previous experiences? Those were the tell kids. Yeah, but we were in a relationship. I know. But when just in general, I totally understand. Wait, how long have you been a YouTuber? I've been a serious YouTuber since 2019. That's when I started making skits. I'm gonna tell y'all, it is so cringe-worthy. It's so cringe for me when I look back at my skits because I was shooting them on a phone. The type of stuff that I made was so raunchy. I just want to apologize ahead of time now. If some of y'all have already seen some of this stuff, hey, it is what it is. I'm not gonna take it down because it is my past. But I used to make a lot of like comedy skits, and someone that I ended up meeting that I made comedy skits with, she was very well known on Instagram. So once me and her linked up and started posting content to my YouTube channel, that's where my channel kind of blossomed and got so many subscribers pretty much overnight. Then I just, over time, after we did that for about a year and a half, I just didn't like the type of clout that was coming with it. I didn't like the type of like, what people were knowing me for was like basically just having women in my skits all the time, and we're doing something about, oh, why her booty's so big or whatever, like stuff like that, cringy stuff that I'm not on anymore. But I was young, I was in my 20s. So I was just going with what I thought guys wanted to see or people wanted to see. And as time went on, like I've gotten a couple of videos, I've gotten like 1 million views or something, but 1 million views on a video that's only 30 seconds long and it's just talking about someone's butt or something, it was like I wasn't proud of it. So I started looking into different things I could probably pivot into And for me at the time, I was really interested in watching these amazing travel videos that people were doing all around the world. And I was like, man, I know how to shoot stuff like that. I was like, I want to start traveling and do that. But the problem is, I mean, it's hard to maintain traveling. And then even when I did it, it just wasn't that, it didn't bring that many views. So anyway, long story short, I'm now, I've been doing, dating stuff. And ever since I started doing dating stuff, people love it. So I'm just growing it and see where it goes from there. Peace and blessings, brother. I stopped dating women with children since 2018. Yeah, I stopped in 2022. That was the last time I was in actually, it was the only time I had ever been in a relationship with somebody who had kids. Actively a mom with a kid, kids growing up at a decent age when I met her. But yeah, it's a hard thing to do because it's like you don't want to just care about someone or say you love someone and care about them, but not be there for their kids too. Especially if the kids are meeting you and coming around you and seeing you date their mom. I'm not gonna act like they just don't exist. So now I just learned, okay, just don't even get started. Like, oh, you got kids? Okay, well, I know you're a great person, but I'm gonna have to cut that off because I'm not about to be stepdad. Now, if I had my own kids, then I wouldn't be tripping about none of that, actually. Yeah, that is cringe. True. But sometimes people don't have experiences and just state feelings. I was wondering where he fell in the mix. With kids? I don't know. I think we pretty much have explored the idea, is marriage worth it anymore, which was the point of this whole stream. Y'all got me going on a tangent. The point of the stream was, is marriage worth it? We did a poll. 55% of y'all said it is still worth it. 45% said it's not worth it. After having this conversation with y'all, I've learned a lot. I think that I'm going to go forth with an open mind that at some point in the future, maybe some point in 2025, I'm going to legit date. Right now, I just enjoy, hanging out and time, but one of these days, I'm going to legit date. I'm not good in Call of Duty at all. Tiff, you just not realizing that Brittany in here? Y'all, if y'all stay in the DC area, DMV area, and you guys want to join up in the next time we meet up, make sure you guys join the GroupMe. I put the GroupMe link in the description of this video. You could just hit the description link, or open up the description and click that link. You should be able to. Let me check. It should be in here. Whole point is you should be able to check out the description, click the link to go to the GroupMe, and you guys can join. Marriage rates, especially in Black America, are cratering. Unfortunately, the laws in America make it that much harder to have a functional marriage without the government in your business. Yeah. I want to change my answer to yes because it was all worth it for me. I wouldn't be the person I am now if I didn't go through what I went through. I don't know. I don't think my marriage was worth it. I should have just went to the military and moved on and let that girl be and have her own life. Oh yeah, BC Cammy, she been in for a minute. But now, in the future, one of these days. Oh, how was the last meetup? First of all, shout out to you for sending a super chat. That's really dope. How was the last meetup? The last meetup, I think, went very well. I got to meet some new faces that I haven't met yet, like Anthony and Brittany, are also known as BC Cammy. She was there. Also, a friend of mine from Houston just so happened to be visiting this area. Her name is Key. She was there. And then Tiffany and Angela was there. So altogether, it was 6 of us. And it was dope. We had like the best little seat in the house, in my opinion. And we all just started talking about life. He asked how many. What? How many what? I'll try to come to the next meetup. There were 6 people. Oh. Oh, why did I say? What was I reading? What did I read then? How did I? I'm tripping. Yeah, it was 6 of us. I thought you said, how did it go? That's how I know I'm winding down. Shout out to my first member, man. I appreciate that, man. Welcome to VIP. So for those of you who don't know, I never really talk about this, but I think maybe I should let you guys know that I do have a feature on my channel where you can become a member and not just a subscriber. And it'll be similar to like Twitch. You know, like how on Twitch people can subscribe to a Twitch channel and they pay like $5 a month and they have access to like not seeing any ads when people go live on Twitch. YouTube has a version that's similar to that, but it's not necessarily about blocking the ads. It's more about having access to footage that I don't release to anyone else but just my members. So that's what Black Abdullah just did. He just became a member. So all the videos that I've been posting that I only post for my members, or in the future when I plan on having chats that are very, very going to be more intense. And when I have other people here that I really feel like are going to be high value people that you guys want to hear from, I plan on having chats where people can, before you let it know, it'll be like 50 people at a meetup in the future. I think you have to do some live streams with brothers chopping it up to get your numbers up though. Yeah, I do. I do want to talk to some more guys. There's like a couple guys DMing me that I definitely need to reach back to actually now I think about it. There's a couple guys that want to come on the stream actually. And yeah, I'm definitely open to that. They don't gotta just be women all the time. But yeah, I'm gonna be having a lot more going on basically is what I'm trying to say. And I'll let you guys know as they come. But yes, I definitely appreciate all the support for sure. BC came and go watch the vlog. Oh yeah, there is a vlog. I forgot. There's also a vlog. I did vlog that day, didn't I? I'm tripping. We vlogged the meetup. What was it called? It was called. I think it was like dating in 2025 or something like that. It was called What Happens When You're Dating in Washington, D.C. Because I thought it was really appropriate to name it that, What Happens When You're Dating in Washington, D.C. because we kept talking about everything at the table we talked about at some point basically was how it is dating out here. And I got to get like fast real world feedback from everybody and hear out of their own mouths, especially like Anthony. He was talking about how he hates dating apps. He feels like he likes dating in real life or meeting someone in real life because he feels like the chances of him actually getting on a real date are much higher and much better. So that was interesting to hear. And then there were some other people just talking about like the whole idea of approaching and why guys do or don't approach. So we had a good time talking. I think it was really dope for us to have that because, you know, a lot of times being out here in these dating streets, in this dating world, it ain't easy sometimes. And sometimes if you could just be able to ask the opposite sex some questions, it can help you understand maybe what's going on in your life. Same, no more dating apps for me. Listen, I haven't even been on a dating app in months. Like literally, I think I used it specifically. I used Facebook dating the other day, and I was gonna swipe in real time, but some people were telling me that's not a good idea, so I didn't do it. I don't want to put nobody on blast and not do it or whatever, so I didn't do it. Tiff, yes, in PG County. Yeah, well, if you guys are in the group, or if you're in the group chat, make sure you guys say what's up. Where should we go next? Well, I mean, I'm gonna do one here. We just gotta come up with a date, actually. What's today's date? The 7th. Maybe we should do like maybe one or two, like 2 meetups a month or something like that. Like one in the beginning of the month and one in the middle of the month, like 1st and 15th or something like that. What do y'all think? The apps have been going crazy for the new year. I got over 50 matches today. Well, yeah, you're a girl. Girls always the apps are set up for women. That's funny. I say 50 because half were yuck. Half were yuck? Man, 95% of the matches I be seeing at apps are yuck for me. I'd be like, what is this? What is this? Check you out, BC Cammy. Yeah, she out here. She gonna fall in love one of these days, and she ain't even gonna come on the chat no more because she done been and got her man. She ain't gonna be worried about us no more. Dating apps a waste of time. Just go to coffee shops or a mall to meet women. In my mind, I feel like the perfect place to meet a woman in my brain would be a coffee shop. But realistically, I never meet anybody there. I never actually, and I'm at a coffee shop every day. I'm at Starbucks. There's all kinds of different coffee shops, like on the backside of my building where multiple places to be, 2 meetups a month. I mean, what do you think? You think that's too much? Like one every 2 weeks or more. Angie says Home Depot is the best place for women to meet men. I think men are pretty well aware of that, but the type of guys who are going to Home Depot to work on their house, in my opinion, are probably already married. Just want to throw that out there. Goal for 25, no dating. No dating networks. Y'all, let me tell y'all, in about, how long is Valentine's Day from now? Like a month and a half, maybe a month and a week? Yeah, about a month and a week. It's about that time where y'all about to start seeing a whole bunch of like network speed dating, like blind date, whatever. It's gonna be all kinds of dating events that are gonna like pop up, especially the closer we get to February. It's gonna be 2 or 3 every weekend. Fellas, go at your own risk. I'm just gonna be real with you. Go at your own risk. I went to one. I made the mistake of going to one last year because I had just got here and I was just thinking, what is it to do? And it was Valentine's Day time, and so I went to like a little. Somebody had messaged me because they had saw me show up to another event, and they were like, "Hey, we need more guys to come to this speed dating event that we're doing." And I said, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not interested in speed dating, but if you just need guys there just for support, I'll go. I was like, but I'm not gonna be there trying to date anybody. I'm just there just to support. And she suckered me in because she said it was gonna be called coffee and something. Coffee and chill or coffee, whatever. So I came there for the coffee. I shows up and it was maybe about 200 people in this place. About 200 people, right? Great turnout. But it was about 20 men. It was only about 20 guys. The rest was all women. It was crazy. I felt like uncomfortable. I've never been stared at or like stared down that much in my life. I tried to find the furthest seat in the back of the whole place as I could. I had to get up to go get a drink. And I just didn't even want to turn around and look over my shoulder, like, because I was just like, let me just focus on paying for this drink, get my little coffee and go sit down, keep my eyes down and walk to where I was going because I did not want to make eye contact with nobody. I didn't see nobody in there worth seeing, okay? I ain't seen nobody in there worth seeing. That's the best way to put it. Maybe about 2 or 3 that was worth seeing. But there was so much attention on them that I was just like, yeah, this ain't for me. I don't, because I don't do the competing. I just chilled. Next thing I know, at first I was sitting at the table by myself. Before I left, I was surrounded by, it was like, so I was at a table that sits 4 people. It was a girl in front of me, her friend, and then right beside me, another girl had came while they were talking to me. And then 2 other girls were here and here, and they were all competing with like just trying to have a conversation with me. And I'm like, at first I thought we were all having a casual conversation, but then I would realize that if I'm talking to these 2 too long, these 2 or this one would like try to like butt in and ask me a new question to start a new conversation. And it was too much going on. I'm like, what the heck is going on, bro? I was like, this is ridiculous. One, I'm not even interested in none of y'all. Because y'all just wasn't my cup of tea. But two, I'm just being nice by having these conversations. But y'all are like being very pushy and like, so what are you doing? Are you single? Why are you single? How could you possibly be single? You're only 35? You don't have kids? Well, I was 34. You're 34? You don't have kids? Well, where do you work at? Oh, you work there? Oh. And it's just like, I felt like when you ever see like a dead carcass and there's a bunch of vultures just like around it, all you see is vultures. You don't even see the animal no more. That's how I felt. I left so early. I think the event was supposed to be over at like 8 p.m. or something like that. I left at like 6:45. I just called my Uber because it was getting too much in there. Couldn't do that. Heck no. I don't. Maybe other dudes like attention, like a lot of attention like that. I don't care. I do not need that type of attention. I feel unsafe. It's crazy. You're not lying about that, Corey. The women look at you like a piece of meat when they're there. Less minute those. Yes, it gets real vampire-ish. I'm like, man, let me get the heck out of here. I mean, because even if I was interested in one or two women, I can't even make my way to them because there's so many everybody in there is watching me. I don't want to be watched when I'm trying to actually talk to someone. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying the original way, museum, jazz festivals, or even the grocery store. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I low-key, when I be going to the grocery store downstairs, I low-key be trying to see if I see something in there. Sometimes I do. But it don't never be, the timing be off. It always be like it's always like they're in the checkout line and I'm just now getting to the store. And I be like, dang, I should have got here like 2 minutes ago. You know? But it's all good. Jazz festivals, I haven't really been to those. But I don't know. Maybe I gotta start doing something different this year. I had told myself, because Angela's been telling me like she likes sitting at bars. And I've never been a bar sitter. I'm not like the type of guy who wants to sit at a bar because I don't like the idea of the wrong people having access to me and sitting down and starting a conversation that I don't want to talk. Even though I know it at that same chance could also lead to meeting the right person that you sit down and talk to. So, but because I don't want to run into the person I don't want to talk to, I'd rather just don't go to a bar. When I go to restaurants, I'll be sitting at tables by myself. I ain't gonna lie, I do. I went to the Cheesecake Factory the other day and I sat right on down in my own little booth with my own little candlelight, chilling, ordering all the pasta and bread I wanted. I sent you the links for those museum happy hours. Who I'm supposed to go with, Tiff? Just by myself? Tiff good at sending you some links to go somewhere. It don't say nothing. She just send you a bunch of links. I mean, it'd be really good suggestions though. It do. I can't lie. But I'd be like, man, who I'm supposed to go with? Yeah, if I go to a restaurant by myself, I'm always at the bar. Yeah, cause y'all looking for love. Y'all looking for love. That's why. Angela, I found us a bar in Silver Springs. Happy hour, 3 to close. Y'all should go. Tiff and Angela, and stream it. I'll hop in the stream and watch. Solo is great. I'm really capping. Solo's great. I do like to go places by myself. I just wanted to see what they was gonna say. Yes, Tiff, let's go. That was my Angela voice. Start filming some date content then. Me? No, you need to film some date content or outside content. I sat at the bar because of the attentive service. Right. And I'm sure you just so happen to have on your outfits you be having on. Okay. With your hat. Why you getting this attentive service? Is it just the attentive service you like, or is it attentive other things? Solo date content. Oh! That's a good idea. I could do that. I could do some solo date content. Or I was thinking about doing solo date lives. I don't know if y'all know, the other day I experimented. I think it was it yesterday? Or the day before yesterday? It was yesterday. I experimented with going live not in my living room. I finally figured out how to use this camera and go live strictly from this camera using like the hotspot on my phone. And it turned out pretty good until I went into Safeway. Safeway was kind of like a little spotty, but when I look back at the video, it was pretty good. I think next place I go, I'm definitely gonna go stream it live. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Our outfits be outfitting. When you start talking like that? Attentive service. That's right, Angela. Right. Y'all, yeah, you just getting attentive, all right. Y'all funny. Okay, what time is it? It's almost 8 o'clock. I want to go with y'all, but I can't. I don't have a flexible work schedule. Brittany, why is your schedule so hard? Like, I don't get it. Won't you just go on a day when you're off, or just tell them, hey, I'm off this day. Are y'all off? I will send you the reel from Instagram. Do we just need to keep picking restaurants and meeting up at different restaurants? What y'all trying to do? Or maybe y'all trying to do it on your own. See, y'all, this is the benefit of joining the group. The group chat is lit. We be coming up with different ways to link and talk, and Brittany, we're flexible, so just let us know. See? Now look, y'all got a little friend group going. I'm all for it. I need to find something to eat. 3, I still have students. Oh, that's right. I forgot what you did for a living. I remember now. Well, that means on the weekends you free. You free on the weekends. Shoot, you've been free for the past 2 days. We as the group could do the brunch and golfing thing. I seen it the other day. That could be fun. I heard you can drink and do the putt-putt golf at the same time. Well, I'm still at work at 3, 2. Angela be capping. She mainly teleworks, y'all. Don't let her deceive y'all. If you decide to do group travel, holler. Group travel would be dope. I've done group travel events because remember I told you I was doing the travel influencer type stuff, and group travel's cool. I just want to have real authentic people who would want to come, because a group trip can be fun just because of the people you went with. Half the time it don't even really matter where you go. It's just the fact that you're with the right people and it's super funny and you're having a good time. I remember I went to Playa del Carmen before, and Playa del Carmen ain't really all that. It's just mainly a beach with a little city life, one road that has a city life. But we had such a great time because we laughed so much, and the little bars that we did find when we went bar hopping, they weren't all that, but when we went in there, it was like a group of 14 of us. We just made the bar so much more fun because we were in there. I'll be in the office tomorrow. OPM has failed us. Man, it has not failed us. We have been off for 2 days now. How much more off y'all need? We already get, ain't the Carter the president thing on Thursday? We already gonna be off for Thursday. You just wanted one more day off, huh? So you can just get that whole week in there. Group travel is dope. Yeah, we can make it happen. We can definitely make it happen, for sure. Y'all. How are y'all still watching? How are y'all still watching me? Ain't the service bad? I'm looking at my internet connection. It says it's like red right now. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. With that said, it's been 2 hours, 30 minutes. I didn't want to take up y'all's whole night. It's 8 o'clock. It's still kind of early-ish. Y'all can still cook or find something to do or talk to whoever y'all little bae is on the phone. Maybe y'all working on getting y'all marriage together right now. Can someone send the group chat link? It's in the it should be in the description of this video. If it's not in the description of this video, then I know for a fact it's on my community tab. And if it's not on my community tab, then just DM me on one of my social medias, and I'll just send you the link. But oh wait, I think I can put the link in here. I can put the link in the chat. What am I talking about? Give me a second. I can just put it in here. Copy. Hold on, give it a second. Boop. Boop. And then, there we go. Pin message. There we go. So this is the group chat. So if we're all talking about linking up or something like that, it's gonna go down in here. This is why Angie and Tiff and BC Cammy all know each other, because we all started off in the group chat, and then we all picked a place to link up, and we did, and had a good time. I vlogged it. Oh, I gotta also let y'all know, more than likely, if y'all do come to an event, just know I'm gonna have my camera, by the way. I should probably let y'all know that. I always have my camera on me. So be prepared to be on camera, especially it could be a shocker if you're not used to being on camera. Just know that I'm gonna always have my camera every time I link up. Because I always have my camera anywhere I go. But just wanted to throw that out there. For those of you who didn't know. But yeah, man. I just wanted to talk to y'all about this whole, was marriage worth it or not? That we did the poll earlier. 55% said yes, so I guess technically it is worth it. So if marriage is worth it, then and still worth it, then maybe I just gotta start taking time out to figure out who the heck I might end up marrying. Gosh. Let me be single for like, I don't know. Give me about 1 more year. I'll be straight after 1 more year being single. I'll be straight. Give me 2026. 2026. I'm gonna think about it. 2026. I'm gonna start being like, all right. I guess I'll go ahead and settle down. Steven, I've been off for almost 2 weeks, and I'm off Thursday and Friday. I need to work tomorrow to do some second quarter budget things. No one will get paid this week if I don't. Oh, I might need to put in my time this week. I don't think I put my time for the new quarter. Yes, and I didn't know that. I didn't know I was on, and I was coming up to the table in the group chat. That's funny. BC Cammy equals Brittany in the group chat. Risa Tisa is available. For what? What is that? Is that a place? To eat or something? What is Risa Tisa, Tiff? What is Risa Teef? Or Risa Tifa? Tisa. Risa Tisa. Okay. Well, I'm about to probably get up out of here. Oh, for me? Who the heck is that? Are you trying to do like some blind date stuff? I don't know what you're talking about. Look, she did the series, Who the F Did I Marry? I gotta Google it, because I've never heard of her. Risa Tisa. Now it's about to be a TV series. Is it Netflix? Is it on Netflix? Hold on, what is going on? My internet. Yeah, my internet's so trash, y'all. He has no idea what I'm talking about. I don't. I have no clue. I have no clue at all whatsoever. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know how my internet's still working because I can't even Google nothing on Google right now. That's how bad my internet is at home. Oh dang, I'm a new sub. Did I just miss your live? You missed the majority of it. I mean, I'm still here right now. Okay, hold on. They got me looking up somebody. This what? Tiff. We're gonna have to talk. Okay? We're gonna have to talk. Tiff, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Who the F is Risa Tisa now? The TikTok. Oh my God. Y'all see, look at this. Look at this foolishness. What is this? What is this? This is not the one for me, Tiff. What? Hold on. I can't even load the... Tiff. What is going on? And then this be the ones that want to settle down and get married tomorrow. And want you to take care of their 5 kids. Negative. I'll stay single. I'm going to stay single 2025. Nah, you don't got to send me nothing. I don't need to be sending nothing. Don't send me nothing. I'm good. I'm good. God dang. All right. Anything else? Any alibis? Anything we should talk about before I leave? Any last minute things we should tell the group? I appreciate you. First of all, before I get off though, I just want to let y'all know that I am very humbled by the fact that I've been able to, in the past couple weeks, start this whole streaming journey, and it feels like I kind of know what I'm doing now, because before I ever did my first stream a few weeks ago, I was super nervous. I shot a lot of YouTube videos, but creating and posting a YouTube video is nothing like streaming. Streaming is, I feel like it's intense. It's cool to be able to talk to people I don't know. I know each and one of these names is not just a name that's popping up on the screen. I know each and every one of you are an actual person that's sitting down somewhere or doing something right now at this very moment. So I just want you guys to know that I don't take any of y'all for granted. And I just hope that I'm able to continue to grow and keep making a dope community for us, because I think ultimately this could be a beneficial thing. Besides the jokes, besides the us, just having something to do, I think ultimately this could be something that can help all of us grow as people. And I'm all about that. So I'm super humbled that you guys even take the time out of y'all busy schedules to tune into this little crappy internet stream right now. And I promise you, I'm trying to figure out, I'm going to call Verizon and figure out how I can get a better stream for you guys, because I want to have a better, an actual Ethernet connection so it's smoother. I would like to say, no, she's not my type. I would like to say that if you guys know anybody besides Risa Tisa, whoever the heck that is, that could possibly be somebody that you think you guys would like to see me talk to or bring on to the stream, let me know. I do have a vision for where I want to take this, and I don't want to be your average streamer. I know right now I'm doing some average stuff, but I don't want to be an average streamer. So I plan on growing in a different way in the near future. It's just going to take some time. But with that said, I appreciate you guys that are still here. I know it's a good 20 of us right now. Y'all be safe. Don't go outside in that snow right now if you're in the DMV. Trust me, it's slushy and hard, black ice everywhere. You're going to slip, hit your elbow. Next thing you know, you're going to be wearing a cast your first day back to work. Don't do that, okay? Stay inside. Use common sense. Make some hot cocoa. Oh, I think I'm about to make some cocoa now. Make some hot cocoa. Watch Netflix. Maybe tune into another streamer who's streaming. Maybe look into streaming yourself. Join the group chat. We probably about to be making jokes like the one Tiff just did, all in the group chat after this live is over with. That's what we do. It's a family now. All right, guys. I will see you guys later in the next chat or in the next video. I did just post a video today. If you guys want to check that out, if you want to see some more. Like, I actually went out into the snow and I braved the elements just for you guys. I did post that video today. Check that out. But until then, I'll see you guys